Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Major Arcana Month, in which we're exploring every card in the Major Arcana. If you haven't noticed, I've turned this into a playlist on my YouTube. That way you have easy access. You can just go to playlists, you can see Major Arcana, and you have access to all of the cards once I've posted all the videos, and so that you have an easy resource to look up any card at any time. As I said, this one's Major Arcana. The rest of the cards will be coming. But just so you know. So today we're going to be talking about strength. So grab your pen and paper because take some notes. We're diving into our learning adventure. So what do we see on the strength card? So we see a figure dressed in white. We've got this belt of flowers, a flower crown, the infinity symbol. We have a lion that this figure is being very gentle with. And then we've got this natural setting here. So what's going on? So whenever you see white, think like a white rose, like we saw in the Fool. We'll also see again in other cards. A white dress, we'll see this again too. This has to do with purity of spirit. So this is really like your authentic self beyond just the ego. So beyond your age or your career or what you look like. So really tapping into the essence of who you really are. So this has this message of that. It also can carry a message of innocence. Now, we're not to confuse innocence with being naive. Innocence can be like a return to this sort of childlike state of love and kindness, and we're not jaded by life. And it's actually really important to want to return to innocence over and over again because we don't want to get apathetic or too jaded or bitter. Those are definitely things we do not want. Those are poisons, right? So in here, we definitely kind of have this sense of that like innocence, that kindness and that compassion. This is really seen in the artwork as well. We have a lion here, and this person it looks like possibly closing the mouth of the lion. I'm open to other interpretations though. But the real emphasis here is gentleness. It is gentleness with the lion. This person isn't putting the lion in a cage or using a whip or anything like this. Very gently, this person's hanging out with the lion. It might even seem like this person closing the mouth is helping us not to lean into some of those lion-like tendencies to either attack or maybe like gorge ourselves or say things we really shouldn't say from a place of like anger. The lion, though, is also associated with the sign Leo. And that's the card, that's the astrological sign of this card. So really cool. So Leo, every astrological sign is associated with a different body part or body parts. Leo is associated with the heart, and that's just like Trey Leo, right? So we've got this heart, so we've got heart-led. Leo loves to love. Leo is very loyal. Leo, when they're aligned, they're very brave, they're very generous. And the heart is a really powerful center. It's seen often as the bridge between the physical and the spiritual, between the gut and the head. So the heart's this really beautiful bridge. And we get this idea of a bridge between the material and the spiritual, and a reminder that they're actually one, right? They're always at interplay with that infinity symbol there. The spiritual is in the material and the material is in the spiritual. So here in the strength card, sometimes what happens is that lion-like tendency might be impatience. It might be wanting to attack someone. It might be kind of like rageful. And here we need to tap into that innocent part of ourselves, that compassionate, loving spirit who knows that we might just regret that. It's probably not best. So when strength comes up, kindness is the best way. Compassion is the best way. However, it is still a card of strength. So it is not to say that you are not having boundaries or that you're not being like, all right, you know what, actually, this situation no longer serves me. You're just not attacking it or being aggressive. You're going to be very classy, very compassionate. You're going to think before you act. And you're going to include some love in it, right? You're going to include like a loving perspective. If it's not about another person, sometimes, it's hard to stay loyal to our dreams and goals when especially I find in this kind of day and age where we're so used to everything right at our fingertips. People give up so much more easily than they used to because you think if you don't get it right away, then you just don't get it. Or there's got to be an easier way to do it. So strength brings, I would argue, much needed wisdom to our time. Good things take time. You're going to see this over and over and over again in the tarot. And it's worth to stick through it. It's worth to stick with it. There's times to quit and walk away from things, totally, of course. But in the strength, it is reminding us that through sticking through things, we're actually going to grow, right? We have the flowers, there's a lot of growth. through not just jumping ship at hard times. We're actually going to build more love and more strength. Like if a relationships get hard, you can't just be like, oh, it's hard now, bye, right? Like everything worth having in life will have challenges at some point. And here you're embodying compassion and patience and perseverance and empathy in order to make it through some sometimes challenging times. Now, the strength card, I do see it as a sign of success. So we do have these flowers, so this idea of growth and manifestation. It's just the only way to get to here is we have to be brave. We have to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is a big part of this. This person's petting a lion, right? That takes bravery and softness and a lot of strength. To get a lion to let you to pet their noodle would take time. So this person, if you're going to look at more literally as a person and a lion, to do this is now a really healthy relationship because you didn't force the lion. The lion can't like wait to escape your clutches. The lion is allowing you to do this. And you can only achieve that through the kindness and the commitment and proving yourself, proving you're worthy of being trusted. And that is, again, through that compassion and grace, etc., that we've said so many times because there's such important elements of this card. But I do see it as a card of success. So if you pull strength, it's likely that whatever your endeavor is going to be successful. You just need to be patient and compassionate. Now, very interesting with Leo, this can also be a card of creativity. This is Leo. Leo is ruled by the sun. We have so many messages, and the sun can be success, right? Growth and abundance, manifestation, vitality, clarity. So that can be very present in the strength card as well. So creativity is absolutely something that's happening here. Now, if you're a creative person, some of your best work might have been done not to get likes and not because you think it's easy money, but because it's something that moved through you. It's something that you like had to make. I've heard over and over again from so many different like songwriters or poets that, they shared something quite vulnerable. They were nervous to share it, but then it really hit home with other people. It's kind of like that expression, if it comes from the heart will recognize it. So that in strength, if you're being asked to share something of yourself, share it from the heart. Don't do it just to be liked. That would be a shadow side of Leo. That would be a shadow side of the sun. That would be too much ego, right? Too much insecurity. We're very secure here. And so whatever we're creating, whatever we're sharing with the world, it is from the heart. We're probably going to feel vulnerable, or as we create it, it's going to take our compassion and our patience, and it's going to be really true to ourselves, but we must, because that is the path to growth and success in the strength card. A little warning here. Leo's shadow side is that Leo loves praise, right? Sometimes Leo, if they're not aligned with their heart and understanding that they are the sun, but like there are other suns allowed to exist out into the world. If Leo's a little more on that insecure side, a little more me, they're very susceptible to praise, which actually means they're susceptible to manipulation. In the strength card, we have the strength and wisdom to be humble. Humility is not about like, I am garbage. It's not self-deprecating. Humility is just to be down to the earth. Just recognizing we're all of the earth, and we're all kind of the same. So we release arrogance because arrogance is more easily corrupted than humility. So in the strength card, our humility actually then allows us to be great because we're not so easily corrupted or manipulated. So we have, again, this returns to this message of truth. We can recognize who to trust because we're not letting ourselves be like, oh my God, they think I'm so great. And I get it. Praise is nice sometimes. Okay. Like I have a Leo stellium. I hear you. But it's just that we want to have a healthy relationship with it, right? So when the strength card comes up, lastly, I will say it can be passion. Totally. We've got this lion. Leo loves to love. Leo's a fire sign. So we've got fire. We've got physicality. We've got that loyalty and love. It's just, again, in the strength card, it's going to also, if it is passion, like sexual passion, it is still going to incorporate love and respect. So again, this would be a card I would say for more stronger bonds and committed relationships rather than something kind of, here for a good time, but not for a long time. Okay, my friends, so we've got creativity, we've got vulnerability, we've got also doing the right thing is a big one with strength. Being okay, being seen, doing the right thing, but not doing it just to be seen. We see the distinction. Like you would do it even if no one was looking. That's really important. And you're not doing it for praise, right? So we've got this idea of strength. We're doing the right thing just because it's the right thing, no matter who's watching. We are brave, we are compassionate, we're connected to our true spirit. We will be successful. There is success on this creative path or this relationship or whatever it is that you're exploring here, but it will absolutely take vulnerability, courage, authenticity, and humility. And then success. Okay, my friends, thank you so much for being here. Stay tuned for the next card. Oh, one more thing, sorry, really quickly. In some decks, strength is actually the 11th card and justice would be the 8th card. So decks before the Smith Rider-Waite, which is this deck I am using, will have justice as the 8th card. They changed it in the Smith Rider-Waite for the astrology purposes, from what I understand. So like there's arguments made for each placement. I just think like do what feels right for you. I really like the placement here with Leo. It follows Cancer. The next one is Virgo, so it follows a really nice placement. I also like it in terms of the story that the major arcana tells. But if you resonate with the other way, always do what feels right for you. Okay, my friends, for real, I'm taking off now. Stay tuned for the next one, which is the Hermit.